The outer hallway of Station K-92 hummed quietly as the ship floated near the edge of a forgotten asteroid belt. It was an old research station, not busy like the main hubs. Only a few staff worked here: scientists, a pilot, 2 engineers, and now a new technician named Alex. Alex was human. He had been working in maintenance jobs for years, mostly fixing power conduits, vents, and COM systems. This new job was supposed to be peaceful, easy pay, far from trouble. He didn't expect anything strange to happen here, but something strange did happen on his very first day. While he was inspecting the generator bay, a voice behind him said softly, "Please do not step on the blue mat. It has been purified." Alex turned and saw her. She was tall, thin, and had soft lavender-colored skin. Her long white hair was tied back neatly. Her face was calm, almost graceful, and her big eyes looked serious. She wore a gray jumpsuit with a small cleaning emblem. She held a glowing sanitation tool in one hand. "I'm Rila," she said, bowing slightly. "Station janitor." "It is my honor to keep this place clean." Alex nodded. "I'm Alex." "Maintenance tech." She gave a slight smile. "I know, I read the arrival report. Welcome." Then, without another word, she turned around and started cleaning the floor. Right in front of him, bending over carefully and running the scanner across the surface, Alex paused. Something about the way she moved seemed deliberate. But he shook the thought from his mind. She's just working. I'm overthinking. Still, as the day went on, it happened again. In the hallway near the coolant valves, Rilla appeared again, bowing, saying a few words about station honor, and then cleaning directly in his path again, bending over carefully, slowly, each time placing herself between him and the way forward. Alex began to feel awkward. Was this just her routine? Was it a test? A joke? That night, during dinner in the small mess room, Alex spoke to the communications officer, a young man named Harris. "Hey," Alex asked, "is the janitor always this formal? She keeps calling everything customary and acts like she's doing some ritual." Harris laughed. "Oh, Rella." "Yeah, she's from a planet called Zelaria. Very polite people. They have all kinds of customs. You're probably experiencing their version of showing respect." Alex raised an eyebrow. "By blocking my path and bending over in front of me?" Harris grinned. "I mean, sounds weird, but it's probably normal for her. Don't take it the wrong way. She's not doing it to be strange. She thinks she's being proper." Later, Alex did some research on the Zalari. He found out they were known for old traditions, careful body language, and many rituals. Some were harmless, others confusing. One entry said, "Zalari workers may face away from others during tasks to show humility. They believe direct gaze or frontal approach during labor is impolite, especially in the presence of those they respect." Alex read it twice though, so bending over in front of someone meant respect. This is going to be a weird assignment, he thought. The next morning, while fixing a leak near the life support system, he heard the soft sound of footsteps behind him again. "It is customary to clean behind those performing vital tasks," Rila said. Alex stood up. "Rila, you really don't have to do that right now." She blinked. "But I must. Your work is important. I must purify the space after your hands pass through it. This is tradition." He opened his mouth to argue, but stopped. She wasn't joking. She was being serious. Rilla bent over once more, scanning the floor slowly. Alex turned away and focused on the panel, doing his best not to let the moment distract him. He wasn't sure if he should laugh or just accept it. Still, something about her calm nature, her voice, and her seriousness made him curious. She wasn't trying to be difficult. She was just different. That night, he decided to write a short report to the station lead, just to check if there were rules on cultural behavior. The reply came back quick. "Silari customs are allowed as long as they don't interfere with safety or function. If anything feels inappropriate, speak to her directly with kindness. She's trying her best to adapt." Alex closed the report and leaned back. "So this is going to be my life for the next 6 months. A soft-spoken alien janitor with a bunch of strange rituals, and I have no idea what they actually mean." He smiled to himself. At least I'm not bored. The next morning on Station K92, Alex arrived early, ready to finish the repairs he had started the day before. He hoped his work would go smoothly, but as soon as he stepped into the hallway, he saw Rella again. She was carefully sweeping the floor, humming softly. But instead of facing forward, she spun slowly in a small circle as she worked, making sure every inch of the corridor was clean. The soft hum sounded like a song, but Alex couldn't understand the tune. He watched her for a moment, curious. "Is that part of your cleaning?" he asked. Rilla stopped and looked at him. "Yes, it is a ritual. It helps clear negative energy and brings harmony to the space." Alex blinked. Negative energy? Harmony? He had expected a normal janitor, not a ceremony. "Does everyone on your planet do this?" Alex asked. She nodded. "Yes, it is very important. Cleanliness is not just about dirt, but about respect for those who live and work here." Alex smiled. "Well, I have to admit, I've never had my work area cleaned with a ritual before." Rilla smiled back, but then moved quickly to stand right in front of him. She bent over again and began wiping the floor very slowly, right in his path. Alex took a step back. Rilla, you keep doing that. It's hard to get past you." She looked up at him, eyes calm. "It is part of the custom. I must face away from those I respect when cleaning. It is a sign of loyalty and humility." Alex laughed softly. "Okay, that's new to me." Later, as Alex walked down the hall to grab his tools, Rilla blocked the way once more. This time, she stood still for a moment and then moved her body sideways, making it impossible for Alex to pass without stepping around her. "Excuse me," Alex said politely. Rilla lowered her head and said quietly, "It is tradition to guard the path for those we respect. It keeps them safe." Alex raised his eyebrows. "Guard the path?" She nodded again. "Yes, it is to protect, not to block." Alex shook his head with a smile. "You're full of surprises." Word soon spread around the station about Ryla's unusual behavior. The other crew members whispered jokes about the distracting janitor, but Alex stayed respectful. He knew she was just following her culture. One day, Alex found her humming a different song as she scrubbed the stairs. The tune was soft and sad. When he asked, she said it was a song of patience and hope. Alex sat beside her during a break. "Ryla, how did you learn all these customs?" She looked thoughtful. "From my mother." "From my people?" "The rituals help us stay connected to our past, to our ancestors. They remind us to respect life, work, and those around us." Alex nodded. "I respect that, even if it feels strange to me." Rilla smiled warmly. "Thank you, Alex. It means much." One afternoon, Alex was working on a broken panel near the oxygen supply. Rilla came close, carrying her cleaning kit. "It is time to purify this area," she said. Alex hesitated. "Do you need to clean right here? I'm still working." Rilla shook her head. "It must be done after the human passes there. Hands over this equipment. It removes bad energy that can cause problems." Alex glanced at the panel. "Okay, I guess I can take a short break." Rilla began sweeping slowly, humming again. As she bent low, Alex turned his back, feeling a little shy but trying to understand her better. Suddenly, a loud alarm rang through the station. Alex's heart jumped. "Emergency quarantine!" The station AI announced. People rushed past the halls, and Alex felt Rilla grip his arm. "Come," she said firmly. They hurried to the nearest safe room. The door sealed shut behind them. Alex looked at her. "Well, that's unexpected." Rilla nodded. "We will be here for some time. Please remain calm." Alex took a deep breath and smiled. "Guess we'll get to know each other better during this quarantine." Rilla smiled softly. "Yes, I would like that." As the hours passed, Alex noticed that Rilla's rituals slowed down. She still cleaned, but with less strictness, sometimes even watching Alex with interest. Alex decided to ask, "Rilla, do these customs ever get tiring? Do you wish things were simpler?" She looked away for a moment. "Sometimes. But these customs are part of who I am. They give me strength. They remind me that I am connected to my people, to my home." Alex nodded, feeling respect grow for her. "I get that. We all have things that keep us grounded." Rilla smiled again. "Thank you for understanding." The quarantine lasted through the night. The station crew worked hard to fix the issue. And finally the alarm stopped. As the doors opened, Alex and Rilla stepped out together. The other crew members watched them with surprise. Something had changed between the two. Alex looked at Rilla and said, "Yeah, your rituals are strange, but maybe there's something good about them. They remind me to slow down and pay attention." Rilla nodded. "And your patience reminds me to be open to new things." They smiled, a new friendship forming built from respect, curiosity, and the strange customs of two very different worlds. The days passed and Alex grew more curious about Rilla and her customs. He often caught himself watching her work, the careful way she moved, the small rituals she performed, and the deep respect she seemed to carry in every gesture. One afternoon, as they sat together during a break, Alex finally asked, "Rilla, I've been trying to understand your customs better, but some things don't make sense to me. Like why you always face away when cleaning or why you block my path sometimes. Can you explain?" Rilla looked thoughtful. She hesitated, then said softly, "Our customs come from long ago. They are ways to show respect without words. When I face away while cleaning, it means I am humble. I do not look directly at someone I respect because it shows I do not want to challenge them." Alex nodded slowly. "That is different from humans. We think eye contact means respect." She smiled gently. "Yes, it is different. We learn from each other by understanding these differences." He smiled back. "And what about blocking the path? That one confuses me." Rilla blushed slightly. "That is part of a bonding ritual. It shows I am watching over you, protecting you. It is not meant to be rude." Alex raised an eyebrow, surprised. "Protecting me?" "Yes." She said, "In our culture, gestures mean much. To guard someone is a sign of care." Alex thought about it. "So your rituals are ways to say you care without words?" Rilla nodded. "Yes, but I see now that some customs do not translate well between our people and humans." Alex reached out and tapped her arm lightly. "Hey, it's okay. I like learning from you, even if it feels strange sometimes." Rilla's eyes brightened. "Thank you, Alex. You are kind." That evening, Alex did more research about the Zalari culture. He found stories about how they use body language to build trust and show feelings that words cannot always express. They believe that actions speak louder than words, especially in difficult times. One old tale described a ritual called the silent bond, where two people would share space quietly while performing tasks together. They would avoid direct eye contact, but their movements would match perfectly, showing harmony and trust. Alex wondered if his and Rilla's strange daily routines were a form of this silent bond. The next day, while fixing a control panel, Alex noticed Rilla watching him closely. She smiled and said, "You are learning our ways well." He chuckled, "I'm trying." Suddenly, Rilla dropped her cleaning tool, and it clattered loudly on the floor. She bent quickly to pick it up, and in doing so she knelt down low. A deep bow in Zalari tradition. Alex blinked. This was a new gesture to him. "Rilla, are you okay?" She looked up, cheeks flushed. "I am sorry." It is custom to bow deeply when one causes a disturbance. "It shows respect and apology." Alex smiled warmly. "No need to be sorry. It's just a tool." She looked at him shyly. "I am learning. Please be patient." Alex nodded. "Of course." Later, in the station's small recreation room, Alex decided to talk more with Rilla about her life. "Rilla, do you miss your home planet?" She sighed softly. "Yes, Solaria is beautiful. The skies are bright with two suns and the rivers sing at night. But I came here to work and learn." Alex listened closely. "It must be hard to be so far from home." "It is," she admitted. "But your kindness makes this place better." Alex smiled. "We all need friends, no matter where we come from." Over the next few days, Alex and Rilla's friendship grew. They exchanged stories about Earth and Zolaria, laughed at their misunderstandings, and shared quiet moments of understanding. One afternoon, Rilla approached Alex with a small gift, a smooth stone with strange carvings. "This is a symbol of trust from my people," she explained. "I give it to those I accept." Alex held the stone carefully, feeling its cool surface. "Thank you, Rilla. I will keep it safe." She smiled brightly. and I will learn your customs too. Alex grinned. Deal. As they worked side by side, the strange rituals became less confusing and more meaningful. Alex no longer felt awkward when Rilla bent over in front of him or blocked his path. Instead, he saw them as signs of respect and care, and Rilla began to understand human ways, learning to use eye contact and direct speech to show her feelings. Together, they built a bridge between their worlds, one small ritual at a time. Days passed quietly on Station K92, but for Alex and Rilla, something was changing. Their small moments of friendship were growing deeper, and the space between their worlds seemed to shrink. One afternoon, while Alex was checking supplies in the storage room, he heard the soft sound of footsteps behind him. Alex? Rilla's gentle voice broke the silence. He turned and smiled. Hey, Rilla, what are you doing here? She held a small container of cleaning gel and looked uncertain. I wanted to talk. If you have time? Of course, Alex said, leaning against a crate. She looked down, then back up with a serious expression. There's something I must tell you. Alex's curiosity grew. What is it? Rilla took a deep breath. I was not always so confident in my customs. Before I came to this station, I worked on other places, but my behaviors caused problems. Alex frowned. Problems? How? She sighed softly. My customs are very different from many others. Sometimes people think I am strange or rude. I was even told I might be reassigned because I could not adjust. Alex was silent for a moment. I'm sorry to hear that. That must have been hard. Rilla nodded. It was. I was afraid to fail again. That is why I follow the customs carefully here. To do my best and to avoid trouble. Alex smiled warmly. You're doing fine. And you don't have to be perfect to be respected. Rilla's eyes softened. Thank you, Alex. You make me feel safe. He looked at her and said quietly, Rilla, I've been wondering. When you block my path or bend over in front of me, is it only about customs? Or is there something more? She blinked, surprised. What do you mean? I mean, sometimes it feels like you are trying to get close, maybe even to bond. He smiled gently, careful with his words. Rilla's cheeks turned a light shade of purple. She looked away. I do not know. Alex stepped closer, still calm. It's okay if you do. You don't have to hide it. She took a breath and nodded slowly. In Zalari culture, bonding rituals are important. They show trust and connection between people. I thought following customs was enough to show respect. But maybe, Alex said softly, there are other ways, human ways. Rilla met his eyes, and for the first time, there was a new light in her gaze, a mix of hope and uncertainty. I want to learn, she said. Alex smiled. Then let me teach you. Over the next few days, Alex showed Rilla how humans express friendship, simple smiles, eye contact, and words. He taught her about handshakes, pats on the shoulder, and the small ways people show care without complicated rituals. Rilla practiced quietly, sometimes stumbling, but always with a bright smile. One evening, after a long day, they sat together watching the stars outside the station's window. Alex, Rilla said softly, I feel different now. Your patience helps me. Alex smiled. I'm glad. I think we're both learning. She turned to him and said quietly, I trust you. Alex's heart beat faster. I trust you too. From that moment, their bond grew stronger. The awkward customs slowly gave way to genuine friendship and respect. They were no longer just a human and an alien janitor. They were partners in a new kind of connection. After their honest talk in the storage room, Alex and Rilla's friendship grew stronger. They started spending more time together, sharing stories about their lives, their worlds, and their customs. Slowly, they began to understand each other better. One morning, Alex was fixing a broken panel in the main corridor when Rilla approached him holding a small device. Alex, she said softly, I want to try something new today. Will you help me? He smiled warmly. Of course, Rilla. What is it? She held out the device. It is called a handshake. It is a common way humans greet each other. Alex took her hand gently and shook it. See, easy. Rilla smiled, but looked a little nervous. She tried again, mimicking Alex's movements. Like this? Perfect, Alex said. You're a fast learner, they laughed, enjoying the moment. It felt simple, but it was important. It was a way to connect. Without complicated rituals, later that day, Alex showed Rella how to make eye contact while speaking a small but meaningful gesture. At first, she found it strange. She was used to looking away to show respect. But Alex patiently encouraged her. You don't have to stare, he said. Just look at me like you're interested in what I say. Rilla tried, their eyes met, and a shy smile spread across her face. Alex felt a warmth he couldn't explain. Over the next few days, Rilla began to use these new human customs. She greeted Alex with a smile and a handshake. She looked at him when they talked. She even learned to joke in a way that made Alex laugh. In return, Rilla taught Alex about Zalari customs. She showed him how they leave small gifts or objects for friends to find. These tokens symbolize care and attention. One day she left a smooth carved stone on Alex's workbench. When he found it, he smiled and held it carefully. Thank you, Ryla. This means a lot. She nodded happily. It is a sign of friendship. Alex looked at her and said, You've become my friend. A very good one. Their bond grew, bridging two very different cultures. They learned from each other, laughed at misunderstandings, and shared quiet moments of peace. One afternoon, while they worked together in the equipment bay, Alex noticed Rilla seemed quieter than usual. Are you okay? He asked gently. She looked up, eyes shining. I sometimes feel lonely. Being far from home is not easy. Alex reached out and touched her hand. You're not alone anymore. I'm here. Rilla smiled softly. Thank you, Alex. At that moment, the station's intercom announced a sudden quarantine. Attention all personnel. A possible contamination has been detected. Quarantine procedures are in effect. The lights dimmed as doors sealed throughout the station. Alex and Rilla looked at each other. Well, Alex said with a nervous grin. Looks like we'll be spending more time together. Rilla nodded. I do not mind. As the quarantine began, Alex and Rilla settled into the small maintenance room. They shared food, stories, and their hopes for the future. The hours passed slowly, but the quarantine brought them closer. They worked as a team, supported each other, and learned to communicate beyond words. When the quarantine finally ended, the station felt different. Alex and Rilla had changed. The other crew members noticed. 2. Rumors spread that the human and the alien janitor were more than just co-workers. People whispered about the unusual friendship blossoming in the quiet corridors of station. K-92. Alex smiled whenever he heard the whispers. To him it didn't matter what others said. What mattered was the trust and respect they had built. Ryla stood beside him one evening, watching the stars through the window. Alex, she said softly, thank you for teaching me your ways. And thank you for sharing yours with me, he replied. She looked at him, eyes bright. I feel happy, Alex smiled warmly. Me too, Rilla, me too. Together, they faced the unknown future, two souls from different worlds, bound by friendship and the courage to understand each other. The quarantine on station K-92 stretched longer than anyone expected. Supplies were limited, and the confined space began to weigh on the crew's spirits. But Alex and Rilla found comfort in each other's company, their friendship growing stronger with every passing hour. One evening, as the station's artificial lights dimmed to conserve power, Alex and Rilla sat quietly in the maintenance room. Outside the small window, stars shimmered faintly against the darkness of space. Alex, Rilla began softly, I want to tell you something important. He looked at her, sensing the seriousness in her voice. I'm listening. She took a deep breath. Before I came to this station, I was assigned to many places, but not all went well. My customs were not always accepted. Some people thought I was strange or unprofessional. Alex frowned. That must have been hard, Rilla nodded. It was. I feared I would be sent away, or worse, judged forever. Alex reached out, gently placing his hand over hers. You don't have to worry here. I respect you for who you are. Her eyes softened and a small smile appeared. Thank you, Alex. Your kindness means much to me. Suddenly, the station's emergency alarm blared sharply, breaking the quiet. The voice of the AI echoed through the halls. Contamination detected in Sector 4. Quarantine extended indefinitely. All personnel remain in secure zones. Alex stood quickly. Looks like this is going to last even longer. Ryla stood as well, her expression serious. We must stay calm. As the hours turned into days, the pressure of isolation grew. Supplies dwindled and tensions rose among the crew. But Alex and Rila kept supporting each other one afternoon. While checking the air filtration system, Alex noticed Rila looking pale and tired. Are you feeling okay? He asked with concern. She shook her head slowly. I feel weak. The quarantine is hard on my body, Alex frowned. We need to get you medical help, Ryla smiled faintly. I do not want to cause trouble. You're not a trouble, Alex said firmly. You're important. Together they managed to contact the medical bay, and Rila received treatment to help her recover. During her rest, Alex sat by her side, reading stories from Earth aloud. The gentle sound of his voice seemed to ease her mind. Alex, she whispered one evening, I want to thank you for saving me today. He smiled softly. You're strong, Rila. I'm just here to help. Their bond deepened in those quiet moments. The strange customs and rituals gave way to simple acts of care and trust. As the quarantine finally ended, the station's doors slowly opened, letting fresh air circulate once again. The crew emerged, tired but relieved. Alex and Rila stepped out together, greeted by curious looks and whispered comments. The station supervisor approached them with a smile. I heard about how you both handled the quarantine. Your teamwork was impressive, Alex nodded. We just looked out for each other, Rila added. It was not easy, but we managed. After the supervisor left, Alex turned to Rila letters A. Through all this, I realized something. She looked at him, waiting. That customs and traditions are important. But kindness and understanding are what truly connect us. Rila smiled brightly. Yes, Alex, you have shown me that. As the days returned to normal, Alex and Rila continued their work side by side. Their friendship, forged in strange rituals and quiet moments, had become a strong bond, one that crossed the boundaries of culture and species. And as they moved forward, both knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together. With the quarantine over, life on Station K92 began to return to its usual pace. The hum of machines filled the halls again, and the crew moved with purpose, glad to be free from the tight restrictions. But something had changed. Alex and Rila walked side by side through the corridors, their steps in sync. The strange customs and awkward moments were replaced by a quiet understanding that everyone around could feel. Crew members whispered as they passed by, noticing the way Ryla no longer blocked Alex's path but walked beside him. They saw how Alex greeted her with a soft smile, and how Rila returned the gesture with a calm confidence. One of the engineers, a tall alien named Joran, approached Alex one day. I hear you and Rila have formed a partnership. Alex chuckled. We've learned a lot from each other. It's been a journey. Joran nodded. It is good to see understanding between species. It makes this station stronger. Rila joined them, her eyes shining. I have learned to balance my customs with human ways. It is not easy, but it is rewarding. Alex smiled at her. You've come a long way, Rila looked down shyly. Only because you helped me. The days passed and their bond grew deeper. They shared lunches, exchanged stories, and even laughed at jokes that once seemed strange. One evening, as the station lights dimmed for rest, Alex and Rila stood together by the observation window. Outside, stars twinkled in the vast blackness of space. Rila turned to Alex. Do you remember when I first arrived? How my customs confused you? Alex smiled softly. How could I forget? You bending over and blocking my way, it was hard to understand. She laughed lightly. And now? Now, I see those actions as your way of caring. It was your way of showing respect, even if I didn't get it at first. Rila's eyes met his. And you taught me to speak openly, to use your ways to connect. Alex reached out and took her hand gently. It is more than customs now. It is friendship. She squeezed his hand. I feel the same. Their friendship was a quiet victory, of proof that two beings from different Worlds could bridge gaps of culture and misunderstanding. In the weeks that followed, their stories spread beyond the station. Other crews heard of the human and the Zellery janitor who found common ground and respect. At a meeting of the station leaders, the commander praised their example. Their bond shows that respect and kindness are the strongest forces in the universe. Alex and Rilla letters exchanged a smile. They knew the truth in those words, standing together, looking out at the endless stars. They felt hope. Hope for peace. Hope for friendship. Hope that even the strangest customs could bring people closer if they only tried to understand. And so, in a small corner of the galaxy, two souls, human and Zellery, found a way to connect. One mop, one smile, one step at a time.